Virgo, this is your no contact relationship reading. You're going to take a look at your energy, your person's energy, what you think went wrong, what they think went wrong, and then get some advice from Spirit on where to go next. Your current energy, the Sun, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. You're either extremely hopeful for the future, knowing that exactly what you've manifested is coming in. It just might be coming in slowly. You might be currently completely happy in your home life, this feels like fulfillment. It feels like it's been a long time coming, too. We're going to get how this relates to your period of no contact, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the King of Cups. So this to me feels like you have found fulfillment after a period of like intense struggle with a person that you cared about very, very much. There was a lot of conflict here. There was a lot of damage done to one another. You cared very deeply about one another. Towards the end, there might have been a little bit of emotional manipulation right towards the end, seems like. But your energy right now is like, I like you might be in separation, like you might have separated a while ago. What does your person feel? What is their current energy? The Chariot, the Four of Cups, the Four of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and again with the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you guys did some damage to one another, didn't you? So your person is very much in an energy of mm, like they want to move on, like from the heartache, from the discontentment, from from the healing, even like they are ready to move on and really focus on um really focus on how they feel about themselves from a worldly perspective. I feel like they are guarding their intuition um through this pain, though. Let's clarify that. Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords, again with the Knight of Pentacles. So you have a divine pairing here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Switch roles as you see fit. They yeah, they've you both went through it here. Like you you both you both ended up with some battle scars in this one. And you both are very slow coming out of it too. You might have been playing in each other's energy for a great deal of time. Like I said, this doesn't seem like you went no contact yesterday. This seems like you've been no contact for a hot minute. This person might be investing into their job as a way to get their mind and their heart off of this. There's something in the background, though. There's something unspoken between you two. What was the problem? What was the challenge in the relationship as you see it? Eight of Cups, the Star, the King of Cups. I feel like this, you know how I said there was kind of like an undertow, like an energy, underlying energy of maybe some emotional manipulation towards the end. I think that um, the person that walked away, and I kind of feel like this might have been you. Um, you walked away for the right reasons, and you didn't do it from. It's almost like you did it knowing that this person was capable of more, that they weren't like fully investing their heart almost. And you knew this, like you knew that they weren't, that they had more love to give, but they weren't. What was the challenge as their person sees it? Wow. The Page of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Again, this is three. So you have three very slow energies here, both of as you see it and as they see it. This person more being focused in the 3D, you being more focused in what your heart said as far as happiness. This person might have been very money oriented, whereas you were not as money oriented. Let's get three more for your person, please. The Devil, the Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Yeah. Ace of Swords, the Sun, the Hermit, and okay. So there was some conflict regarding participation in the financial component of your relationship. Like who was giving more, who was like this person was very very focused on financial opportunities, savings, might have been a little stingy when it came to money. You guys might have had like a bickered back and forth about money. Whereas your person was more concerned or had more problems, had more challenges when it came to like a fund distribution. Somehow you kind of had more conflict regarding them not being as open with their love, with their heart space. Like, does that make sense? So whereas they were coming from a very practical 3D aspect of like what their grievance was, like you were interpreting it as an attack on your emotions because you're more emotionally driven than this person was. It's almost like he was wanting to, and I said he, so this I must be talking to a female. Um, this person wanted to very much be in a King of Pentacles energy. Like the way that let's talk like love languages for just a second. So like bear with me here. So if this person showed his love for you through stability, financial support, um, responsibility, holding it all together, like that type of archetype, right? Um, you needed more of like the love language of like words of affirmation or like acts of service, and he's giving you more um like gifts or stability like that. Does that make sense? And you were wanting more of um like when you said how was your day, right? You wanted him to tell you about his emotions, and he told you about like the jobs that the invoices didn't get paid, and and like that bothered him, that like hurt him on um it it hurt him. How do I explain that? It genuinely hurt him, and he was being vulnerable in that moment because he was expressing to you his inefficacy of providing love in the way that he gives it. Does that make sense? Wow, that was really specific. This is going to be a very, very, very specific message for somebody. Like, okay, so a woman who is very centered, like in her heart space, right? Let's say that she has a job where she's a caregiver in whatever respect. Let's say she's a nurse, right? And she comes home and she's like, I was so ineffective today. I was not able to console a dying patient. My heart aches for the family. My heart aches for I feel like a failure, right? Okay, he came home with the same vulnerability, the same authenticity, the same the same feelings of being ineffective, but his was in a different realm. And because he shows his love through being able to provide when he fails at being a provider, it hurts him in the same respect that it would hurt someone who failed to comfort the tears of a child. Does that make sense? It's kind of that energy here. It was just as important to him as it was to you. And the way that you viewed it as almost emotionally manipulative or cold or distant at the very end, hoping that you would be able to get the fullness of his heart, his expression of his heart and his caring and his everything just comes from a different place. There is something intuitively, and that might be what's driving that high priestess and the queen of cups in his energy now. It's almost like his soul is almost urging him not to close off. I think it's hard for those archetypes sometimes to, especially with the pressures, and I'm not making excuses for anybody, but like with the pressures of societal norms and gender roles and all of these things that we were taught, right? It's hard sometimes for them to come out of that space. I'm just going to challenge this whole dynamic here with the question directly to you, saying, were you ever able to verbalize effectively Actually, I can't even finish that because it wouldn't have made a difference either way. Okay, so if this could be healed, right? I think you lead very much from your heart space, which is a beautiful thing. And I don't believe that this your person does. Okay, so wow. Nine of Swords, Five of Swords, Justice. You have the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords and Justice. So balancing out that. So identifying what it is that really you keep going over and over and over again. This might even be it's almost like you two are com- wow, you guys are connected. You are very much connected. This conflict that you have, this inner conflict, if you could bring that into balance within yourself, let's give me one more for the Nine of Swords, at Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. You guys just have, it's almost like you have two different love languages. You care very deeply for one another. He's trying to show you, you're trying to show, like you just want to be happy. Neither of you are really doing anything energetically to move towards each other. Like you're both just Nine of Pentacles, just like standing still. You're saying that if we could get rid of this mental anguish and this fighting, right? If we could bring that into balance, and we could balance it also with both the heart space and I'm going to take this the Six of Pentacles here as that same thing that he was asking for, that like reciprocity, that man, if you guys could just switch places for a day, like genuinely just switch, like body snatching, switch for a day. I think that you would be able to see that you guys are saying the same thing. You're just saying it from two completely different perspectives. When this person, what would help? Wow, 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like, and from your person saying 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands, if you could only see like how overwhelmed that I am, how stressed out I am, like how much it means to me, right? To to have this Queen of Pentacles energy, like that's another divine pairing that you guys have on the table. Like it's important. It's it's like it's like the way that they show and receive love is from a place of stability and nurturing and um creating an empire, and it's being able to give you financial security is this man's way of showing you how much you mean to him? That's how he shows his love. That's how he was taught to show love. He can't, like, this energy feels like that's where, that's how it's done. That's how his parents did it and his grandparents did it. That's, he grew up hearing, you are a provider first, you are a provider, you are a protector. Being able to give your wife, girlfriend, spouse, significant other, whatever, insert gender, garbage, wherever, like being able to provide for them is the definition of a man, is the definition of love. This feels very, very much like I'm speaking to a divine 2121 on the timer, a divine feminine here. Okay. Okay. Let's get some advice. This is heartbreaking. I just, my heart hurts for you guys. Oh, some advice, please, Spirit. Some advice. Temperance, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Six of Cups. I feel like this was really hard on both of you. I feel like you're being asked to like do what you can where you can, maintaining your own independence, whatever that looks like. The Nine of Pentacles here is actually called Lonely Triumph. I don't know if it's pertinent, but I can tell you that it wasn't working for either one of you. Like the energy is that it was not working for either one of you. With this Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Six of Cups, it just, this is just something of the past, really. it just didn't, it's just not working out for either one of you. With this temperance, it's all about healing and alchemizing, working through the pain, taking the light and the dark, reflect back on this. I know that you can both walk away from this and say, that person loved me. That person loved me. As soon as the hurt is over and the expectations, but if you and this person can simply just view it as we were both giving what we knew as expressions of love, like if you could both flip that, like if you could see it from their perspective and they can see it from your perspective, you guys would be able to walk away from this saying, damn, if we spoke the same language, this totally would have been magical. But you guys just don't speak the same language. It's just that's it. Like that is the energy. The way that you receive and give love are completely different from one another. So there is an option here, which is to retrain yourself. Like we're talking about advanced level shit here. Like what you can do is by fully accepting your person exactly as they are with no expectations of anything other and being fully satisfied with the expression of them as them. You would have to drop all assumptions, all expectations, all the way things should be and how I should receive. Like all of that would have to shatter for both of you in order for this to work out. Like in order for this to be as the energy currently sits on the table, you guys speak totally different languages. Yeah. 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 So it's not all bad, you know. We get a lot of these no contact readings where it's like, oh, that actually just show up there. Like, no wonder you guys don't talk. But I mean, you two literally just don't speak the same language. So it's kind of hard to talk. You should love one another anyway, though, even if it's from far away, even if it's in different languages, if it's, you know, whatever. All right. I trust that this message will go to exactly who needs to receive it. I hope that not only you, the viewer, but also the cross watcher, also gets a chance to see this because it might clarify a great deal for both of you. All right, you are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe. So is your person. And my unconditional love to you. Best of luck. Um, yeah, and we'll save all the announcements. Just check the posting page. All right, take care.